وبريق يصدع أخاذا ونفوس الناس بها تسعد نجوم لاحت في العليا لتناجي العزة والسؤدد وبريق يصدع أخاذا ونفوس الناس بها تسعد وسحاب يهطل مغفرة ليغيث قلوبا تتوقد بالحب وبالرحمة تشدو حلقات زانت تتجسد نجوم لاحت في العليا لتناجي العزة والسؤدد وبريق يصدع أخاذا ونفوس الناس بها تسعد أعلام الدعوة يا رمزا يا مشعل نور يتزود يا بحرا ساحله هدي يحمل أرواحا تتوجه أعلام الدعوة يا رمزا يا مشعل نور يتزود يا بحرا ساحله هدي يحمل أرواحا تتوجد أعلام الدعوة يا رمزا يا مشعل نور يتزود يا بحرا ساحله هدي يحمل أرواحا تتوجد حلقات
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, boys. Welcome to the new season of the channel, where I'm gonna be switching a few things up before we get into the actual changes that I made to the content. Let's start with something that I kept the same, which is gratitude. First of all, I know I said in the last video, well, alhamdulillah for my grandma. In the last video I talked about how I'm living in my grandma's house right now, and alhamdulillah it's going well so far. I just got news that I've got a couple more shifts at work, and I'm not gonna lie to you, it's like 40 hours and they're all night shift, and I have no idea how I'm gonna cope with that, but inshallah I can keep making videos and keep the consistency up. I don't know how I got to being grateful for my grandma to talking about work, but it is what it is. And talking about work, alhamdulillah, for work, I've had like 2 shifts so far, and I think they've gone pretty well. I've been really tired at the end of both of them. They are very straining. Last shift I got around, like, in the whole day, 30,000 steps, which for me is a lot. So well, alhamdulillah, I can finally start making a bit of money. By the way, what I'm doing here is just, eating breakfast. That's pretty self-explanatory. You can see me eating some cornflakes. I actually need to stop eating these cornflakes because they just have way too many calories. Finally, alhamdulillah, for the ability to, make videos again. I didn't lose it or anything, but alhamdulillah that I'm making them again, I missed it. After breakfast, I actually went and read some Quran, which is about to come up right now. And there we go. Here's me just reading some Quran. I actually woke up pretty late. I think on this day I woke up around 10 o'clock, something like that. Which is, I guess, late for me. I mean, early right now is like 7, 8. So I guess it isn't that late, but still gotta get the video done, still gotta get my recording done, all that type of stuff. So yeah, while I just read some Quran, let's talk about the differences that I've made currently. So as you can see, I haven't really done any in-person, talking or anything like that. I might still have them, say for like an intro or an outro, something like that. Me just, talking to the camera. What I've actually been enjoying doing more is voiceovers like this. They're pretty easy. I just set up my microphone and, just start talking. And I think it aligns well with one of my goals, which is to become more articulate and well spoken. I think what I'll talk about really quickly is managing expectations. Before my rut that I talked about last video, my expectations of myself were very high. I expected myself to be reading every single voluntary prayer, reading multiple pages of Quran every single day, doing all this stuff that I thought would align with my overall self-image that I wanted to create. However, I think something that's more beneficial is knowing yourself and knowing not your limits, because I personally believe that we have no idea where our limits even are. Something that a lot of people forget, including me, is that Islam didn't come to burden us. Practicing Islam should bring you peace of mind, not overall unending stress. I'm not saying at all to abandon all of your obligations, but don't stress about things to a point that it ruins your life basically, or hinders your life in other aspects. But of course, Islam is still the first priority, So stressing about it to an extent is absolutely normal. But obviously you gotta live, in the mean. Don't be too careless about it, and don't be too strict and stringent about it. And being a person who's experienced both sides, being on those two extremes of the spectrum are really, really bad for you. Alright, that's enough of me giving a semi-useful advice. So what I ended up doing on this day after reading my Quran is just head to the gym. So on this day happened to be arms, and I actually did it with Furqan. Furqan made multiple cameos in my other videos. Well, actually, no, he didn't really make cameos. He just, had his voice in there. But yeah, here I was training arms with him, and he actually was my cameraman, so alhamdulillah for him. Alright, let's get into the actual gym session. So as you can see, the first exercise that we did was hitting some shoulders, doing some machine lateral raises. This is one of the machines that was not available at my old gym at all, and I don't think they had any lat raise machines at all, which is a bit weird, but we roll. This machine alongside the Atlantis lat raise, probably two of the best lat raise machines I've ever used. As you can see, even though it's sped up right now, you can see I'm controlling the weight on the way down and making sure I milk out those last couple of reps. Over here we have the tricep machine that we did next. And by the way, my arm days are basically my entire arm, so my shoulders included. That's why I did lat raises first. This machine is actually one of the newer machines in the gym, and one of the newer discoveries that I've made. I just really like how you can get that deep stretch, like right there. That deep stretch, I just love that. And that pausing on that deep stretch alongside, controlling the eccentric or the weight on the way back down, they're the two things that I focus on in basically every movement that I do. As you can see, we have some professional camera work from Furqan right here. Oh my god, look at those angles. But yeah, basically with any tricep movement, make sure you get the full stretch, explosive out, and control it on the way back. And that's pretty much it. So yeah, coming up after this, which is the last exercise I recorded, is biceps. I'll just let the rest of the clip play out. Here we are on the last exercise I recorded, but I actually did another lat raise exercise after this, but don't tell anybody. I didn't really do anything for the rest of the day, so I'll just use this as the outro. Once again, thank you to Mr Furqan for doing my camera work. And yeah, let's end off in the usual manner. May Allah put barakah in all of our time, work and effort. May Allah harden our minds and soften our hearts. Take care of yourselves, boys, and I'll see you in the next episode, where I do the exact same stuff.
ألهاكم التكاثر حتى زرتم المقابر كلا سوف تعلمون ثم كلا سوف تعلمون كلا لو تعلمون علم اليقين لترون الجحيم ثم لترونها عين اليقين ثم لتسألن يومئذ عن النعيم.